tonight. Brock, his son, recently debuting. Everything's going great, Arn. Arn says how much he's missed the fans. The lights go out again. And now everyone, I think the light bulb goes off. And when the light bulb in lights, I was trying to be more philosophical there than I needed to be. The lights go on, and there, in the ring, is one Tommy End, and the place just loses their mind. Black mass to Arn. Then Cody's there. He eats one, and the place goes crazy as we are introduced to Malakai Black.
Malakai Black, yeah, name change.
Awesome look.
Great look, yeah. So what? He's kind of got like a bit of a painted part of his face with the one contact lens in the eye that he kept.
Yes. He got hit with the black mass.
What?
He's bruised his face. Someone hit him with his own move. That's what it looks like.
What I want to know is like the eye is still okay. Well, I was gonna say like, is the eye still? I was gonna ask you if the eye is still a reference to him getting his eye ripped out by Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy in the stairs. But he kind of answers that for us because like earlier in the day he put out a really well produced video on his Instagram. And Josiah Williams also stars in this, but you know, it's like him inside an insane asylum. And the whole point of it is that like he's kind of using the insane asylum as a metaphor for the WWE. They even make reference to the eye where like it's hard to explain. So I recommend everybody watch it, but like they you know, Black is basically saying, I lost this. I had my eye injury from being shoved into the steps. And the people at the insane asylum are trying to convince him that that was all a dream. It didn't happen. And you actually lost it in a fight. Whereas Black is trying to convince them that, no, that was real. So, I mean, that was, I would say, the introduction of the Malakai Black character. It's clear he's putting a whole lot of thought into this. And in AEW, where he'll be able to completely utilize a great deal of freedom to execute that idea, I'm really looking forward to it. A feud with Cody, what a great way to debut.
It's a big start for him. You know, I think when, you know, he recently announced that sponsorship deal with Hayabusa, I mean, it makes a whole lot of sense that you be in a company where, you know, you can get an outside sponsor like that. So I thought that was like notable last week when he announced that.
And obviously was able to get that no-compete clause shortened.
Yes. So, you know, he comes in, I mean, solid debut. Like the place, they went nuts for this surprise. And I thought it was a real clever way with the lights to do that.
Given he is the lights out dark room character, yeah, I think it makes total sense. And
so is Brock Anderson going to seek revenge?
Brock Anderson versus
Tommy or Malakai Black?
You would have to, right? I mean, and I don't think that's going to be very good for poor Brock.
You should have Malakai Black like murder Brock Anderson. Like I think Cody and Malakai Black like that. In theory, that should be. I would say All Out, but I could see that being on a Rampage or something. Before.
Sorry, Cody and Black.
Cody and Black. Where would you? Do you think that they do that before? Like, that could be the pay-per-view, but I think they could do that earlier.
Yeah, I think it's a little too long to drag out. But yeah, like Black's debut being on that Rampage, I think that alone is big. So maybe you can, you know, wait for the Cody match for a little bit longer. But maybe they want to do the debut maybe at one of the Fyter Fest or something. But, you know, being involved in a feud with Cody automatically tells us that they are going to take him seriously. And I think for Cody, like, it's going to be a bit of a rebound from the QT feud. What do you think? Like, do you think he'll get booed as a heel? Or do you think Cody could possibly get booed as a heel in this? Like, who will the crowd choose?
I think that it's... I think you can tell the story as intended, where you can have this Malakai Black character be the villain. But I think at the same time, I think people are going to be blown away when this guy is just let loose in the ring. Like, remember some of those matches he had with Cesaro? It's like, with the handcuffs off, I think this guy is going to excel with many of these performers. It's like he has a very fan-friendly style.
Just a note here from Rustin in the chat room, who points out a Mike Johnson report stating that PWInsider.com is told that when Tommy End was moved to the main roster several years ago, the company failed to update his contract from the standard 30-day non-compete that NXT level talents receive to the 90-day non-compete that main roster performers are given. So what can only be described as a bad clerical error allowed End to be free and clear in time for the first episode of Dynamite on the road. Interesting. Okay, so perhaps not a negotiation, but clerical error.
Earlier tonight, they showed this segment with Ricky Starks with his own security